I know you've been waiting a minute for this one, man. So let's run it. It's episode 108, Mars Day with Mark. It's Mr. Meyer with the fire, here to take the collective vibe higher. July 1st through the 8th. Can't wait. Gang, this week is so crazy because, number one, the full moon is coming up soon. Number two, Venus is going to switch signs this week. So is Uranus. And this is marking a huge transition. This will happen about once every 7 years. Uranus switching signs. So we have a very exciting week. We've got some interesting angles to cover. So I'm going to walk you through the highlights and the events, and I encourage you guys to sit back and relax and just take in this cosmic insight, all right? And do leave a like if you like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike it, fam. And then just, the algorithm will get you what you want. So anyway, we got the sun today at 10 degrees of Cancer. I'm going to start moving the mouse around. You can look at it. The moon today is at 2 degrees of Libra, which means that we're pushing up towards the quarter moon. We've got Mercury at 6 degrees of Leo. We have Venus at 27 Taurus. Mars is at 8 degrees of Virgo. Jupiter is at 5 Cancer. Saturn is at 1 Aries. Uranus is at the final degree of Taurus right now, guys. You've got Neptune at 2 degrees of Aries. Pluto retro at 3 Aquarius. And our North Node is in 21 Pisces. Next week, so on the 8th, this is where we're going to start the next episode. We'll have our sun at about 17 Cancer. So that means this week is the very middle point of Cancer. It's like the middle of the summer over here, or maybe winter for you if you're on the other side. But the moon will be in late Sagittarius next week, guys. So we're going to be very close to the full moon in Capricorn. That's going to be news for next week, okay? But pressure's building this week, guys. And we're going to have a deep release coming really soon. So your challenge this week, guys, in the season of Cancer is to go with the flow, okay? This is self-care month. It's 30-day Reiki challenge, daily meditation, daily habits, and being consistent. That's what we're doing. We've got Mercury moving up to about 12 degrees of Leo. Like I said, Venus is going to switch signs. She makes it up to 4 degrees of Gemini. You've got Mars moving up to 12 degrees of Virgo. You've got Jupiter moving up to 6. Saturn is still at 1. Like I said, Uranus will finally flip. It's at the 0 degree Gemini. Neptune retrograde. Neptune's not doing too much, but we are starting a retrograde, so that's interesting. And then Pluto moves back to 2 degrees because it's in a retrograde. North Node is basically the same. So let's peel it back layer by layer, guys. I'm actually going to start from the back and work to the front, which is something I did last time, and it honestly was great. Because when you study astrology, you have to know that all the parts of the chart work in tandem, okay? When you study your own chart, when you look at someone else's chart, or when you look at the skies, just know that everything relates to everything else, man. We don't exist in a vacuum. So the North Node of the moon really is one of the most significant placements in astrology because it indicates where are we going, Fire Family? Where are we going? And hey, sometimes I wish I had the answer for you. The thing about Pisces is it's about your dreams. We're tuned into the manifestation station. You hear me? It's time for you to focus on your goals. The question I really have for you, my friend, is can you picture what you want so vividly you can feel it before it's even manifested? Try that out. And then beyond that, do you believe that you can achieve? Because one thing I love about astrology, guys, you may have seen that this is a language of symbols and archetypes. And when you study it long enough, it starts to really speak to you. And the North Node in Pisces says dreams come true. Yes, they do. If it could be them, why not you? You hear me? So also Pluto is retrograde and Neptune is retrograde. So it seems that and also Saturn is next to your Neptune. It seems that the process in the middle of this Cancer season is to peel back the layers that hold us back from the truth. And it seems with Saturn in Aries that many of us are experiencing our paradigms crumbling, our worldview getting destroyed, having to build a whole new frame for reality. Saturn is in Aries, conjunct to Neptune. So that's very beautiful, guys. That's why I start this conversation questioning, what do you believe? I don't think it's my place to tell you what to believe, but belief is powerful. So just be aware that you do believe and question, does my belief support me? And if it doesn't, you can change it. That's the cool thing here, okay? So, wow, we got the sun and Jupiter in Cancer. Wow. You know, the sun will be here for about 20 more days, and Jupiter will be there for about a year in the sign of Cancer, guys. So the real lesson we're learning right now is intuitive manifesting. Intuitive manifesting. Beautiful, man. That means the life you create, it comes from within. So we're being asked to tune in. I don't know if you know, but Cancer is ruled by the moon. So we watch the moon at this time and we stay centered. We stay calm. We trust the process. We go with the flow. We look for the path of least resistance. All right. And it's not even that I'm trying to tell everybody to be lazy. What I'm saying is that everybody has a path that's unique to them. And life is an emotional experience. So if you're lost in the sauce, stuck in the external world, you can start spinning your wheels, doing so much, and it might not even be fun or fulfilling. And we don't want that, gang. We want to have a good life and feel good about it too. So what does your inner guidance say? And it's not rhetorical, gang. When you do these 30-minute meditations in the Reiki challenge, you're going to be able to receive the guidance. And frankly, you don't need 30 minutes to tune in, but that's the habit that's going to open the space. Take time this week, my friend, to tune into your heart space and to listen to what your emotions say, the whispers of your soul, because that's leading you towards your highest good. And the crazy thing about this, what I've seen, is that this doesn't always make sense, guys. It might sound counterintuitive sometimes. You're like, am I really going to go that way? I've been trying to go this way the whole time. So don't be afraid to act on your inner guidance, okay? So that brings us back to Mars. You know, Mars is in Virgo. And while Cancer season gives us, a more soft and gentle and emotional orientation to life, Mars in Virgo wants to make us productive and make us take action and stay locked in, okay? And it's great, but sometimes you have to remember you're not a machine. You're a person, a human being. All right. I said this last time. I'll repeat it until we get something moving. But with Saturn in Aries, ruled by Mars in Virgo, this is the time where you just have to let progress be the key. And don't get too critical on yourself. Because frankly, guys, a lack of results is a punishment enough. There's no need to criticize ourselves or to insult ourselves or to withhold love. This is a very interesting placement. Shout out to the people with Mars in Virgo. I've been saying this for at least a year, guys. When you watch Mars transit through the chart, Mars is the planet of war and destruction. So it tells us what to say no to. You hear me? So Mars in Virgo is about stopping the inner conflict. Yeah, I never said it was going to be easy, but it is what it is. And it is going to be rewarding, and peace is going to be a big part of it. And I don't know how deep this message is going to go, but I know you need to hear. Mars in Virgo is about forgiveness. It is. And I would recommend you start by forgiving yourself. Often we are the hardest one to forgive. So let that sink in. Feel called to burn this smudge bundle, gang. Last video, I was chiefing up a storm, fam. And then like last Friday, I took my last hit and I'm off of it now. And I had an epiphany. I think. Maybe I didn't. I digress. One of my friends I was talking to a friend. They were like, my dad taught me. I'm grateful my dad taught me. And they're like, what did he teach me? Oh, damn it. I don't even know. Anyway, but I stopped smoking. And what I realized, and I kind of knew this before, but there's not enough weed. There's not enough sage, not enough smudge I can burn that could actually adequately give me the catharsis I seek from my struggle. And that's okay. I'm not trying to complain. That's just the truth. So, number one, if you got the za or the vape, hit that shit for me. And then consider if you need it. And then number two, I just have to speak my truth, fam. I don't have all the answers, but quite literally, Spirit is telling me that in order for me to keep my energy flowing and growing, I just got to talk more. I just got to be more honest. I got to tell you how I really feel. talk about Cancer season, man. But yeah, stopping the internal conflict. So you guys know Venus is going to move this week. So this is what we're really going to talk about. I don't know why. No, I do know. Because it's Mars Day with Mark. So if Mark's not telling you what the hell is going on with him, then there's no point to it. I guess I was craving the smoke, so I had to burn the smudge. And this one is a rosemary bundle, by the way, guys. Homemade, homegrown. I didn't grow it, but a friend grew it. Anyway. Oh, and I love rosemary. I don't know if you guys can smell it through the phone or whatever, but it's good. It lifts you up. So Venus is in Taurus right now, and she's about to move. She's almost done, fam. So a couple things about this part of the zodiac. There's like 3 things to look at, okay? Number 1, Venus ingressing into Gemini. Number 2, Uranus ingressing. And number 3, these planets making a conjunction, okay? So I'm going to talk about this for a second and give you some simpler highlights just to make it stick, and you can take this with you throughout the week, okay? So Venus is going from Earth to air. Venus loves Taurus. Life is good when you take care of your needs. Blessed be. All right. So Taurus is Earth. It's grounded. It's practical. And there's something very natural about Venus and Taurus, which reflects the sensual pleasures of life that give us sustenance, like the joy of a good meal or the feeling of being well rested or, you know, having a good diet and being healthy. That's what Venus and Taurus is about. It's about taking care of your needs, especially in the season of Cancer, okay? So let's talk about the switch. Venus in Gemini is a whole different game. And she's going to switch on Friday. Of course she switches on Friday. So Venus in Gemini is about a beautiful mind, okay? And you'll notice, because let me see, she'll be in Gemini for close to a month. This is going to bring a more vibrant and exciting energy to life. Because Gemini is the mind, and Venus just adds beauty wherever she goes to. So you're going to see that this summer, love really is in the air, guys, with Venus and Gemini. While Cancer is intuitive and sometimes even introverted, you'll see with all this Gemini plus the Mercury and Leo ruling over Gemini Venus, you're going to have this need to get out there a little bit and to socialize and communicate. And, you know, you may feel called to fall in love with somebody interesting. You may just need somebody to talk to. You may feel called to yap, fam, while Venus is in Gemini. And I will say, Gemini never does anything like the same twice, you know, within reason. I will say Gemini likes variety. That's what I'm trying to say. So you're going to need to switch things up this week, guys. Things really are going to switch up regardless. But as far as the back end of Cancer season, July, you're going to want to be more spontaneous. And the routine, the commonplace, the boring, it's really going to start to grind on you a little bit more too. So you want to wonder, like, how can I shake things up a little bit? And I mean, that leads us into the next conversation. Uranus is switching. So you don't have to, like, think, hey, whether or not you want to do it, things are going to be shaken up. Like I said, Uranus is going to basically spend about 7 years per sign, guys, because the orbit is 84 years. So it's worth taking a second to kind of think about the last 7 years of your life and how those played out, because this planet is so far and so slow moving. We kind of get to take it for granted and start to think that the way that it plays out just is the way that life is, but it actually reflects chapters of our life, okay? So I will just kind of put some wheels in, I'll plant some seeds and turn some wheels for you, fam. In these last 7 years of Uranus and Taurus, we've seen great instability in the world. We've seen cryptocurrency basically skyrocketing. We've seen supply chain shortages. We've seen inflation. Because you already know, Taurus, again, is everything we need. Keyword need. And then Uranus elevates. Sometimes it consolidates. Uranus is the rebel. It doesn't conform. It's all about new and groundbreaking. So, yeah, cryptocurrency, value changes, supply chain shortages, a lot of weird things. And I know this is kind of like far out, and my channel is more esoteric too, so I will just say that I don't know what else to say, man, because like, damn. Uranus and Taurus was saying that, just chill the fuck out. Try your best to embrace the chaos and find some stability. So now time will really tell. Only time will tell what this is going to show. But if you wanted to do some research on the last time Uranus was in Gemini, that may be a good idea for interpreting this. But I know this is going to become a technological revolution. Because like I said, Mercury, Gemini, that's about the mind. These next 7 years are going to be a brave new world, gang. And you're going to see that truth is going to be so important. More important than it is right now, man, because communication is Mercury and Uranus wants authenticity. So I also feel like in this 7 years, the way we communicate is going to basically be expedited so much. And we know this, like the technology curve, it's always improving itself, but it's crazy to think that way back in the day, fam, if you wanted to get a message to somebody, you would have to deliver it by hand or like a pigeon or a pony. And now you can just text it instantly to somebody across the world. That's insane. So I'm suggesting like the communication is going to get even faster. All right. And one thing I'm also seeing is that in the 7 years, because I'm kind of being a predictive astrologer, I'm letting my intuition flow through, but you'll see mental health issues are going to be more present and more paid attention to in the next 7 years. There's going to be a lot of breakthroughs when it comes to mental health, okay, and neurology. And I will say that, if you really follow what I've already been saying, it's going to be an interesting challenge for all of us too, because most of us are already a little bit overstimulated and our dopamine receptors are a little bit cooked too. So Uranus in Gemini is going to ask you to really take control of your mental health and, even take some time to understand your nervous system and your neurobiology, okay? And to communicate en masse. And I really feel like Gemini mentions our conversation with ourselves, and this whole 7 years is going to bring an opportunity for each and every one of us to rewrite the narrative. And frankly, it might be rewritten for us if we're not willing to participate, which is a very weird thought to give you guys. I don't know what that means to you. So I'd love to, like, you guys really make me think better when you put comments in my comment box. So I appreciate that. But yeah, and then this is oh wow, almost forgot. But there's more, guys. I'm surprising you. So if you're one of the lucky ones that watches my videos all the way through, fam, I'm telling you, there's even more I didn't mention at the beginning. But look at this, gang. While Venus and Uranus are going into Gemini, the air sign, they're going to be making a nice trine with Pluto in Aquarius. And this is fantastic, gang. Pluto and Uranus, they've been in a trine for a minute. And Pluto-Uranus is about, true breakthroughs, man. And plunging the depths. And I'm seeing people get rich through their own individuality with Pluto in an aspect to Uranus. This is like revolutionizing your soul. It's deep inner work, and maybe it's not something that everybody's going to be seeing, or maybe you might not even acknowledge it when it happens because it's gradual and incremental. But the Uranus Pluto trine is all about revolutionizing your mind and integrating your power within you. So I just say props to you, fam, because if you're hearing what I'm saying, you're evolving. If you're hearing what I'm saying, you're leveling up. Truly. Because this is the weird thing, fam. We're talking about astrology. We're talking about planets. Everything is consciousness. So your consciousness, like you're tuning your radio up to be able to integrate these higher beings, these higher bodies of consciousness. That is ascension. That is evolution. Because you think about we've seen it in our textbooks, like maybe you were a Neanderthal or whatever. Or maybe you were a monkey dragging your knuckles on the ground, but now you're here like running around and saying words and shit. Like the question is, where do we go now? It's the weird part about being a human is we have the instinct to survive, but we also have the rationality. And I was thinking out loud the other day. I hope you guys learn to talk to yourselves too, because that's a very Uranus and Gemini thing too, talking to yourself. I was talking to myself yesterday while I was taking a walk, and I was grateful for it. I was telling myself, man, thank you for talking to me, because I need someone to talk to. And you get me like nobody else does, because you've been there with me through everything you've been through. But what I was reminding myself, so I'm here to remind you, is that the weird part about being a human is you're blessed with this rationality, with this intellect, but in order to really make it work for you, you're going to have to be in harmony with your emotions. You're going to have to get your thoughts and feelings to kind of line up a little bit better. All right. And that's really a sign of the times, man. I've kind of broken down most of these planets for you already. But besides that, Venus is going to be trine Pluto, guys, this week. So this could be a very auspicious week for money. I will say this is going to be more towards the back end of the week, like Sunday, Monday. Venus trine Pluto, guys. So be heeding the messages, please, and take 30 minutes a day to meditate, to really find the present moment. I cannot stress this enough, guys. This is the message you're meant to receive. Find the present moment every day and start to listen to your intuitive guidance. The sad truth is that a lot of us don't ask the right questions, and therefore we will not get the right answers. So the question I would love for you and all of us to ask ourselves this week is, what would make me feel alive? What would make me feel alive? That's the real question to be asking at this time. And beyond this, what do I want to do? There's so many of us, unfortunately, that are constantly asking, what should I do? What do I need to do? But not asking, what do I want to do? Big difference, man. And I'm telling you, this is going to reflect somebody's paradigm. Somebody's paradigm may say, what I want doesn't matter. Maybe we learned that somewhere, and maybe it's time to unlearn that shit. Unlearn and relearn, gang. That's the name of the game. I love you so much. So just remember, with Mercury and Leo, talk to yourself. I think that was the last placement. Talk to yourself. Oh, and also, the thing about Venus, Pluto, I do want to say, super healing, super abundant, super magnetic, regenerative. You know, Pluto is deep and powerful. It transforms, and this is the heart space. Yeah, so you'll see your heart a lot lighter this week as well, guys, because you're also going to receive all this good energy. So that's basically what I got for you. But the thing about Leo Mercury, I want to touch on for a second, because last planet, and it's so funny how we did this video backwards, but still it was on point, because those further out planets, and even Venus, you know, the Gemini planets, I should say, plus Mars and Virgo, are all ruled by Mercury. Mercury rules over Gemini and Virgo. So pay attention to Mercury this week, guys, and it's a Mercury week. All right. And you heard it on Mars Day with Mark, that the power of your mind is the most powerful tool you really have, sharpest tool you have, and it can work for you or against you. So be deliberate with all the words you speak. If you don't want to create it, don't say it. That's what we're doing this week. If we don't want to create it, we do not say it. Let every word we speak uplift ourselves and the world. Words really are spells, so speak it into existence and say it with power. That's Mercury Leo energy. But don't be too inflexible. It's important for you to find some centeredness and some concentration, but the masters of the games will forever be students. So just be willing to learn and participate in growth, and life will show you you're in the right place right now. Okay? Okay. It's Mr. Meyer with the fire, here to take the collective vibe higher. And our sole desire, Fire Family, is to reconcile all paradox with love and truth. I love you. Don't forget.